Alright everyone, now we have an autopsy of Super Tuesday. I'm going to take you through the results. They're from RCP and no link in the description because you can literally just go to Real Clear Politics right now. It's live, they've always got the results in the polling, it's always fresh, and I use RCP and Ground News mainly as news aggregators, so both of those sites definitely strongly recommended. Let's analyze the raw numbers first, because we've got the results and all the races have been called for these states. And then we'll talk about my home state of Vermont. Yes, tacit apology for Vermont to all of the Trump fans out there. Nikki Haley managed to win a state. It happens to be the state that I'm in. I cast my ballot for Donald Trump, and everyone that I knew voted for him as well, but in the end, there were too many Democrats crossing the aisle to take a GOP ballot. And that is what happened, and we'll get into that. First, we'll look at the numbers, though. State of Vermont, which is posted first here because it's trending right now. This is not in alphabetical order. They put Vermont first for a reason because everyone's talking about the state of Vermont. I'm going to give my Vermonter opinion. Nikki Haley winning the state with 50.2% of the vote. She gets 9 delegates from the state of Vermont because it's winner take all if you get over 50. Trump coming at 45.9%. North Carolina, Trump ran away with it. He was at 74, basically. And that's with 99% counted. So he gets virtually all the delegates there. Maine, he gets all of them, because again, it's winner take all. He got 70.9% of the vote. In Oklahoma, it wasn't even close. He got almost 82% of the vote. Again, clinching all of the delegates there. Texas, it wasn't close. Nearly 80%, 147 delegates, by the way. Trump is now pretty close to clinching it already, and it's only Super Tuesday because, he's running unopposed, so it doesn't really matter. Colorado, yeah, this was a 2-to-1 split, exactly. Trump getting 63% of the vote there. 57% in Utah, but again, that's winner take all, so he gets all the delegates. It's not proportional. In Alaska, he gets them all. Even if it was proportional, I think he'd get all but 1 or 2 of them because he came in almost at 90% in the state of Alaska. We're noticing a trend here. I'll talk about that in a moment, by the way. In Virginia, Donald Trump gets virtually all the delegates with 63% of the vote. In Alabama, gets them all with 83%. In Massachusetts, gets them all with about 60% of the vote. In Tennessee, gets them all with about 77% of the vote. In Arkansas, he gets all but 1 with 76.8%. Not sure exactly how they proportioned them. I'm assuming most of them are winner takes them, and then a handful are proportional, and so she gets literally 1 delegate there. In Minnesota, she did a little bit better. Donald Trump got 69% of the vote, so she got about 1/3 of the delegates, 12 of them. California, of course, winner take all. Donald Trump riding close to 80, and that's with 61% counted, so it'll be a little bit higher or lower than that in the end. Now, firstly, to the results. In some states, Trump ran well ahead of polling. In some states, he ran behind polling. What do all of those ran behind states have in common? They've got open primaries. That is, that anyone can take a GOP ballot that wants to. Since it's understood, everyone knows this, that Joe Biden as the incumbent is with no competitors, is clearly going to be renominated, assuming that he accepts the nomination at the convention in a few months. A lot of Democrats have been taking Republican ballots. They've also been donating to Nikki Haley, who is dropping out imminently as of this day. There's no path forward for it all. At least she finally saw the light. She had to wait until she got absolutely gobsmacked and creamed in order to understand that, but apparently there's a little hint of self-awareness there. What you're seeing here are Democrats that are trying to prop up an ailing campaign in order to try to troll Donald Trump, for want of anything else better to do. And also, I would point out, there are a lot of Democrats that are disaffected with Joe Biden. What impetus, therefore, do they have to even take a Dem ballot? There's no competition there. There's no other Democrat to vote for. Yeah, you can write in Marianne Williamson if you really want to, but you know that she's going to lose. What they were hoping is to boost Nikki Haley just enough so she stays in the race to drain Trump of finance. That has failed, by the way. In the state of Vermont, I'll tell you what happened. And again, I speak as a Vermonter. I'm literally in the middle of Vermont right now. What ended up happening is that some 10,000 or so Democrats took Republican ballots and they overwhelmingly voted for Nikki Haley. The reason that I know this is because there aren't enough Republicans in the goddamn state to actually make the figures that I'm seeing. Unless turnout were through the roof, in which case Trump would benefit from that, and I can't imagine that happening. Vermont is about 75% partisan Democrats. An overwhelming number of them are far left, by the way. And that's the group that's trying to do the Nikki Haley thing. Lay neoliberals are like, hold the line, take the Dem ballot and vote for Joe Biden, because for some reason they're inordinately afraid that he won't clinch it. Despite the fact that he's got no opponents again. They are, making a strategic error. The leftoids are a little more intelligent. By trying to prop up Nikki Haley, what they're hoping for is to drain Trump of money. I explained that as of the South Carolina primary, that was not really an actionable plan. Because the problem is that Nikki Haley's fans were all a bunch of Democrats in the end. None of the Republicans other than core TDS sufferers supporting her. Core TDS sufferers are already not going to donate to or vote for Donald Trump. So she's only taking money from Joe Biden, actually, in the end. I would be surprised if she didn't endorse Joe Biden. I mean, they have a lot more ideologically in common, since she's a neocon, he's a neo-lib. Much more in common than she would with a populist. The fact that they have R's after the name means absolutely nothing, because political parties aren't hegemons. It was a truly Super Tuesday. It's even more super because my home state decided to buck the trend and vote for Nikki Haley. I'm actually happy about that. More people will actually be able to find my state on a map. So thank you, Nikki Haley. You accomplished something for the first time in your life other than guzzling gonads. You put my state on the map for a few brief hours. And she'll probably come out and thank the people of Vermont. Just know that I voted against you. I voted for Trump on my ballot. Also, that second ballot there, of course, with local initiatives. And shit ton of spending. I voted against most of it, but I will proudly say I did vote in favor of the budget for the fire department and the ambulance service. They do a good job. I'm not going to deprive them. But as far as the school budget, I was like, holy shit. When I saw the total, I'm thinking, how many kids are actually in the school district? 10 of them or something? There aren't that many kids in Rutland Town, just to be clear. I'm looking at the proposed budget. I'm like, are you people insane? You're crazier than Nikki Haley. And she didn't see the writing on the walls till she lost all but one state on Super Tuesday, then winning that one narrowly and getting a handful of delegates because there ain't nobody living here. Again, it's bears and banjos land, dude. I'm not surprised that she won Vermont, by the way. Another advantage that she had is that she canvassed the shit out of New Hampshire, right? It didn't help with New Hampshire, but the problem is the local and regional news overlaps with New Hampshire. I saw Nikki Haley ads every single day. I saw like 2 Trump ads. I think I saw 1 DeSantis ad. Everything else, AstroTurf for Nikki Haley. When you have a state that doesn't have a lot of Republicans in it anyway and tends towards the far left, with an active campaign to troll Donald Trump by trying to get Democrats to take a GOP ballot, and you've got literally $100 million of ad spending crossing over into the regional television and news, yeah, it was a recipe for success. Congratulations, Nikki Haley. You managed to win the primary in exactly 1 state. It just happens to be my state. This makes me feel very, very happy about life. I thought it's the most hilarious thing. When the race got called last night, right before I went to bed, it got called for Nikki Haley in Vermont. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, I think this will be part of my morning video. But yeah, when you're looking at that differential, don't worry about it too much. The fact that Trump couldn't put it away and only got 75% of the vote or something like that, okay, most of these are open primaries. A lot of those people would never vote for Trump in a general election anyway. It is utterly and completely meaningless. Now that Nikki Haley is going to be out today, you'll see those numbers shift further. Although I shouldn't wonder that there will still be some people that cross over just to troll and vote for Mickey Mouse, Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, or Tim Scott. That's about all. Peace out.